In this edition of the Parliament Report, debate begins on motion seeking support to scrap the office of the political ombudsman. Government says UC Rusal is not pulling out of the country, and the families of the St. Andrew College boys who drowned to get assistance. Southwest St. Catherine Member of Parliament Everald Warmington on February 7 made an impassioned plea in Parliament urging his fellow lawmakers to support a motion moved by him to declare the office of the political ombudsman redundant. The opposition MP says the office has outlived its relevance as it has fulfilled the tasks for which it was set up. He argued that most of the functions of the office of the political ombudsman are now being performed by the Electoral Commission of Jamaica. Inviting legislators on both sides of the political divide to approve the motion, Warmington said, "If you believe you ought to vote nay, when you go back to your constituencies, you should tell your constituents how you came here and you vote for a minimum wage for $6,000 for the poor people, and then you have $18.6 million to spend on an office that is unnecessary." Opening debate on the motion in Parliament, the outspoken MB suggested that tribal politics was waning in constituencies. He said the $18.6 million now being spent on the office could be put to better use. He said the House of Representatives should demonstrate that they are committed to the poor and that the MPs do not only find them important at the time of elections. Commenting on the motion, Northwest St. Catherine MP Robert Pickersgill highlighted a section of the bill's Memorandum of Objects and Reasons which established the office of the political ombudsman. It says, "The legislation is being introduced as an interim bill at this time, as it is intended to enshrine the provisions in the Constitution as part of the constitutional reform process." According to Pickersgill, he has not seen any provision in the bill for the abolition of the office. The debate on the motion was suspended. The government has confirmed reports that the Russian-based bauxite company UC Rusal has been taking some of its equipment out of the island and sending it to Guyana. However, the Portia Simpson Miller administration says it has no information that the company plans to pull out of the country. Responding to questions in Parliament on February 7, Minister of Science, Technology, Energy and Mining Philip Paulwell told the House that the government was unaware of any plans for the firm to close its operations here. He said that UC Rusal had not stated any intentions to close its Yorton bauxite plant. UC Rusal owns 100% of Alpart and 93% of Windalco. The Alpart and Windalco Kirkvine plants have been closed since 2009, while the Yorton plant was reopened in 2010. Commenting further on the removal of equipment to Guyana, Paulwell said they have been idle for 3 years. According to him, equipment being removed by UC Rusal is owned by a third party. He said the contract for the supply of the equipment, which included large trucks, was terminated last November as it was determined it was less than economical to operate. UC Rusal bought the equipment from the third party and is exporting it to its Guyana operations. Prime Minister Portia Simpson Miller says her government will be providing assistance to the families of the 2 St. Andrew College schoolboys who drowned in Portland on February 2. Simpson Miller was speaking on a motion of adjournment moved by South Trelawney Member of Parliament Marissa Dalrymple Philibert. Without providing details of the level of assistance, the Prime Minister pledged her administration's support to the families. Shane Burke and Demel Osborne, 4th form students at the institution, died at the Shanshai Beach in Portland. The boys were part of a group of students who left the corporate area for a field trip in St. Mary. They, however, ended up in Portland, some 30 miles away where the 2 boys drowned. The Prime Minister said the loss of lives was regrettable and that Jamaica might have lost 2 transformational figures. Dalrymple Philibert, the mover of the motion, who is also the opposition spokesperson on education, said the family of the boys, the teachers and the school community need the support of the country. She said the incident happened because the teachers did not follow the rules. And that's how we close this edition of the Parliament Report. Thanks for logging on. Until the next bulletin, I'm Edmund Campbell saying, walk good.